Greetings, everybody. I'm inside in the studio because the guys are out there mowing and whacking weeds and so on. I hurt my back again, and so I'm having other people do my work outside right now. A little bit about darn AI chasing me around again. I am so tired of that thing. I do some business with Ace Hardware over my fish ponds. Next thing I know, what's the first ad on YouTube? Oh, I'm being invited to the opening of a new Ace store like in Tulsa, Oklahoma or someplace. I don't know. Taking a look at the people and the barbecue. It ain't anywhere here in Hawaii, I'll tell you that much. But, as soon as I was on there with Ace, because I had to do a return on one pond, and order another one and so on. Sure as heck, I immediately go over, turn on YouTube, and lay down to watch something, and first thing, Ace. I get tired of it. I say anything at all about fossil fuels and about automobiles these days, EVs. Then AI assaults me with Pennzoil commercials and other commercials for oil products. Now, I don't know if they're just trying to get revenge on the fact that they don't like what I have to say. I have no idea. All I can tell you is it doesn't work on me. Because when I see the people pouring that Pennzoil in that 57 Chevy, what do I remember? I remember burning my hands on them headers. I remember the stink. I remember so many things about those gas cars that are negatives that I drive both. I have two. I have both a gas automobile and I have an electric automobile. And I can tell you, driving both of them, which one is a lot easier on you. Yeah, and so I don't know why they're showing me oil commercials. It's not going to do any good. Won't do any good. I ain't going to change my mind. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you that. But then there's these commercials about weight loss stuff. Oh my goodness. Initially a lot of this stuff started out as diabetes drugs. Yeah, it was diabetes drugs. I'm going to stay away from brand names. I don't want to get sued by anybody. They may not like what I have to say about their products. So, but two of the major ones are being produced by the same chemical company, pharmaceutical company, and one of them was approved for type 2 diabetes, but it's also a weight control drug. The other one apparently was a loser in their trials on type 2 diabetes, but it controlled weight. So they've introduced it that way. We will refer to it as Why Goofy. Way Goofy. Yeah, there we go. It's way goofy, man. I'm telling you, because I have two sons, for instance, who have weight problems, blood sugar problems. It's all related to diet and lifestyles and all this and how you end up that way. I have periodically had weight problems on and off throughout my entire life. As far as blood sugar problems, no. I don't experience diabetes or anything on that order. But I can get overweight too. It comes and goes. Well, I see these guys on the Way Goofy commercials, or Why Goofy? Way Goofy. I lost 35 pounds using Way Goofy. Yeah. And I think it's the same guy. I lost 45 pounds with Way Goofy, When I see a problem in my life, I spot something that just, I think, needs to be addressed. Whether it's the size of my belly or the way I think or whatever it is, the first place I go is here. Yeah. I don't go to the medicine cabinet generally. If I got a headache, I might look for something in the cabinet. But, when you get these life problems like, man, I'm obese, I don't reach out to a pharmaceutical company to solve my problem when the problem is me. Yes, I'm the problem. And so why go to a secondary source looking for solutions that aren't solutions, by the way? They're Band-Aids, is all they are. when you can go directly to the source and actually fix the problem. Yeah, most of the stuff they offer you today medically does not fix problems. It addresses symptoms. That's all it does. And so if you want to really fix a problem, you have to do it yourself. Yeah. And I have fixed my weight problem numerous times. My problem with weight is that I stop fixing it periodically. And so I have reasons, I was using a don't eat between 7 and 7 diet, which works very, very well. By the way, when I was in California, after I moved here, I had so much work to do. I had to paint this entire house. I had to build the garden shed. I had to build the nursery and blah, 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 blah. I had so much to do that, I could basically, eat bacon, fat, and beer, and it wouldn't have made any difference. I still continued to lose weight because my activity level was so high. But then eventually what happened is my activity level began to drop off. I had left behind the 7 and 7 diet and was eating anything and everything whenever, and I started gaining weight again. Yeah. And of course, it's been troubling me. Should trouble anybody to start putting on weight. But I knew I had a solution. I just didn't feel like implementing it. Well, then when I caught this virus, whatever it was, that I do believe it was probably another one of the mutations of COVID. It's probably what it appears to have been. But anyway, after that, I had to do something about my gut biome. There was no way I could tolerate what had happened to my body. So I switched the diet, and while I was in the process of setting up a diet that feeds my microbiome, which is not the same as a diet that feeds Bill. Okay, yeah, Bill can live on cheeseburgers. My microbiome cannot. Okay, and then I decided to add to it the old 7-7 diet. This was a thunderstroke for me. I had, doctors my entire life suggesting, "Oh, Bill, you should lose weight," blah, blah, blah. Try this diet, try counting calories, try this, that, and that. None of it appealed to me. It wasn't workable for me. It wasn't until Dr. Curran in California had said the same thing. "Bill, you're healthy, but you should lose weight." And I'm going, yeah, doc, I know, but it ain't easy. You got any suggestions? And he said, "Well, you can start logging calories." I said, "I log transactions for the IRS. I ain't logging transactions from my stomach." Okay, no, not going to happen. Well, he says, "Try not eating after 7. I said, "Huh?" Yeah, he says, "Take a 12-hour break every day. Between 7 p.m., don't eat anything until 7 a.m. again." Well, that wasn't hard to do. It was actually pretty easy. It takes a little bit of willpower, a little bit, but not much, because most of the time I'm sleeping. Out of that 12-hour fast, I'm spending probably 8 hours unconscious anyway. So that's pretty easy to do. That leaves only 4 hours, 2 either side over there. And of course, I nurse a cup of coffee in the morning, which is non-caloric, before I get around to cooking something. So I kind of cheat there a little bit on it. And well, in the evenings, I know if I start to crave and I want a Ben & Jerry's or something, and it's 8:30 at night, I'll go drink a shot of tart cherry juice, or I will eat a kumquat. Boy, I'll tell you, the tartness in those things will just really put down the desires. People tell me that a good dill pickle will do the same thing. I trust that. These sour reactions seem to kill the appetite cravings. Anyway, that was the biggest problem I ever had with this don't eat between 7 and 7 diet. Was just, dealing with that. And one of the ways I deal with it, I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I am hungry. Oh man, do I want to eat something, well, I'll start planning breakfast. Yeah, I'll just lay there and I go, okay, it's a few hours before you can eat, but I'll tell you what, when you get up, yeah, you can have one of them, and oh, you can have one of these too. Oh, you want a donut? Yeah, yeah, you can have a donut. Go ahead and eat one. You know, that type of thing. I make promises to myself, and I don't necessarily always keep them, but it distracts me, and I stop thinking. I go back to sleep. Well, we're going back somewhere between 5 and 6 weeks ago that I started with this microbiome diet because I was experiencing just really difficult mental disorders caused by the lack of the gut biome. I was having a hard time with energy. I wasn't happy. Yeah. So, well, working with some pre and probiotics and changing my diet so I'm eating at least 30 plants a week and making most of my meals predominantly out of plant materials and not eating any ultra-processed food and this and that. Staying away from red meat. I've had 2 cheeseburgers since I started the diet about 5 to 6 weeks ago. So at this point, I have now lost 15 pounds. I got a guy on way goofy going, I lost 35 pounds, you know. Well, tell you what, I lost 3 pounds a week in 5 weeks without any goofy pills. I did it just by using a microbiome diet and not eating after 7 o'clock. Yeah, I didn't need any stupid pills. And the last time I did this thing with the 7 to 7 diet, I lost 30 pounds. Yeah, I gained it back later because I stopped the diet. It's that simple. It'd be kind of like quitting smoking. Yeah, I grew up on a planet where everybody from Humphrey Bogart to the President of the United States, I mean, everybody had a weed in their mouth. I'm telling you, yeah, they all smoked. My family smoked, and so on. So it's kind of hard. You grew up in a world like that you don't end up smoking too. I did. And I smoked on and off for years. I probably quit like maybe 5 times. I've lost track. I don't know. See, quitting for me is easy because it's just an act of will. You just tell yourself, you ain't going to do that anymore. I believe myself when I tell myself that. I don't usually cheat, lie, or try to get around myself. I say, okay, that's it, honor it. And it works. But then, time would go on. I'd be a year and a half off cigarettes, right? And I'd be pretty well cured, but I hadn't ever gone far enough that the smell didn't still attract me. Yes, there was still a little bit of that addiction hanging in there. And I'd feel stressed. I'd be, going through a divorce or sitting at a bar with a friend drinking a beer and they're blowing smoke in my face or something. And I'd think, give me one of those, Well, every time I did that, I'd start all over again. Yeah, before I walked out of the bar, I'd buy a pack of cigarettes from the bartender. The whole thing would start all over again. And it wasn't until the last time I quit, and that was quite a while ago now. We're talking over 20 years I've been off. The last time, I just told myself, you smoke one cigarette, you have just bought the entire tobacco farm. You cannot have one cigarette. It's that simple. See, I always thought I could. I can't. I just can't do it. And so, it's that simple. And so I haven't had a problem ever since I realized it. And with this diet thing, it's going to be pretty much the same. I've been through this numerous times, but this time, I'm just going to have to tell myself, look, buddy, you start eating between 7 and 7. You bought the whole fat farm. Yeah, you're going to be this big. You'd be so big, they'd be able to see your stomach in this camera lens from where you're sitting. Yeah. Well, since I lost 15 pounds, I'm feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit more energetic. But I'm telling you what, I am not going to do a striptease in front of the camera to show all this off until I've lost 50 pounds. I'm not counting on losing 50 pounds today. Don't wait for it. But, this whole, it really makes me angry where we go. Instead of going at the source of the problem, you're fat. Don't eat so much. Change what you eat. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Oh, we go to the pharmaceutical company, they get a nice pill for us, so we don't have to worry about our willpower, or anything like that. And so we're asking someone else. This stuff, I don't know if it stems out of religion, where we're always going, God, please help us. You go to third party when you need help, instead of facing the facts yourself that you caused the situation. You best fix this problem. That's kind of the way I see it. I don't have anything to fall back on but me. I don't trust pharmaceutical companies because, my goodness, check this out. Now, I had to write this down, all right, so I'm going to read notes. That's why I got the glasses on today. This is the way goofy, all right, that people, I lost 40 pounds, Common side effects: nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, mood and behavioral changes, stomach pain, headache, sore throat, tiredness, stomach flu, dizziness, heartburn, belching, bloating, runny nose. Oh, that's a good one too. Flatulence. It's going to make you fart. Yeah. I lost 40 pounds. Look how handsome I am. Oh, why are the girls running? Yeah. Well, those were the common side effects, right? This is stuff that almost everybody gets. You can guarantee you take that stuff, you're going to your way all the way to the pharmacy. But then there's the less common ones. This is where it really gets good. Most of the time for me, if I'm taking a pharmaceutical, that's the list I'm on. Most of the time. Every once in a while, I'll get the common side effects. Not often. I usually get the ones that kill you. It's just, my body's not the same. My feet aren't the same. My brain's not the same. Nothing's the same, man. And they do these studies on normal Homo sapiens. I am not one. I don't fit the profile, and the drugs do not fit my body well. Yeah, they either don't do what they were supposed to do, or if they do, they cause so many other problems along the way, Well, dig this. Here's the less common side effects. Oh, you can develop a lump in your neck. You can get hoarseness. You can develop trouble swallowing. Oh, you can have shortness of breath. Then why would this be? Because the stuff can cause thyroid cancer. Whoa. It can cause pancreatitis. It can cause gallbladder problems like gallstones. It will definitely induce low blood sugar, and especially if you're type 2 diabetic. It can cause kidney failure. It can cause allergic reactions. Expect to have vision changes, especially if you have type 2 diabetes. It will increase the heart rate. It will cause depression, and this has been one with my sons. I know that the one went back to the doctor and they prescribed some kind of antidepressant to bolster the damn weight loss drug he's taking. When they start writing one pill to fix the side effects for another pill, it is time to get rid of the doctor and run. Don't let them do that. They will. They'll pile you with prescriptions, a lot of these docs will, that will address the side effects rather than, they don't even want to hear about the side effects. When I get on the web and I have a problem with some medication they gave me and I pick out a side effect and I say, yeah, I'm getting that, I take it back to the doctor, boy, most of them don't even want to look at you. He said, what are you doing looking at them side effects? I had a doctor one time when I asked him, it was a cardiologist, I asked him, well, does this have any side effects? Nope, none. Well, that was not true. It had plenty of side effects. Okay. Yeah, they'll actually go at it that way. Yeah, well, depression, as I said. Then the final and the last one, suicide. Yeah. Oh, I feel miserable. I look awful because I got an extra 30 pounds. I'm going to take some way goofy and kill myself. Yeah. And all the common side effects that I mentioned, okay, each one of those side effects has a pile of other attached side effects too. Yeah, I didn't want to go into the depth on all of this. That was enough, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what this stuff will do to you. All you're trying to do is lose some weight, and you're going to risk all of that? That does not make any sense to me. You know, as senseless as I know, I spotted a commercial the other day that I'm pretty sure was about some drug that will work with skin ailments, you know. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Now, it's hard for me to tell because on these everybody's dancing around. Oh, they're all so happy. Oh, my goodness, you know. It may as well be fentanyl, you know. I mean, it's really, for the way they act on the commercials, it's hard to tell what they're actually taking these drugs for. They're just so happy they have them. Yeah, well, this one that I think was for skin ailments, that was one of the side effects they warn you about right there on the TV set. Yeah, depression and suicide. Depression, suicide. Oh, stroke, too. Stroke. I get bumps on my skin. I don't like them. I wouldn't want bumps on my skin if I had them. You know, I get hives periodically. Luckily, they go away. But, and I can understand why people want to treat it. But at risk of depression, suicide, and stroke, I mean, I understand most of the people don't actually get those side effects, but I'm the guy that does. Yeah. You give me any drug and you show me the worst case side effects, pretty good chance that it's going to be 80-20 with me. 80% of the time, I'm going to display some of the worst ones. My body physiology is not the same as the people they study these drugs on. So I don't react well with them. That's the reason I'm here ranting, because I don't like them, and I don't like their commercials, and I just don't like the whole fact that if you think you're too fat, why don't you lose some weight? I'm serious. You can do it. Yeah. I mean, I'm living proof. I've lost 15 pounds in 5 weeks, and I didn't use any drugs to do it at all. All I did was improve my diet. I did take one extra supplement. I've been taking a pre and probiotic along with it. Not that I needed it, but I thought it was a good jump start. And it doesn't have too many side effects. So far, the only one that both Ellen and I have noticed is slight increase in flatulence. Yeah, slight. It's not much. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just say, why are we so goofy? Oof, ooh, oh, yeah. Depression, suicide? I feel fat. I think I'll kill myself. I'll take these pills. They make me kill myself. I'm not fat anymore. All right. Yeah. Aloha. Hang loose.